Everything you need to know about long-lasting food for survival. Buying long-lasting food items in bulk is a quick way to ensure that one's family will be protected in an emergency situation. Dried foods retain more nutritional value than foods preserved for long-term storage by any other natural methods. On trips, dehydrated food can be tasty, nutritious, lightweight, easy to prepare, easy to carry, and easy to use. Wise food is the best ideal grab and best tasting food storage at the lowest price with the highest quality. One of the wise food that fed soldiers at war for thousands of years called hardtack. What is hardtack? It's a food source that could last for the long term. The hardtack offers a carbohydrate energy source that was simply void of moisture. Hardtack biscuits. Hardtack biscuits are gaining popularity among preppers and survivalists. There is an understanding that if it all goes bad, these items are going to be around. This is an ancient food that has carried the whole nation through tough times. Though they may not be the most delicious option, they could feed you and your family in an emergency situation. The brilliant thing about hardtack biscuits is that they are little more than water, flour, and salt. This is why they last an eternity. Hardtack recipe. Knowing a ratio is much more powerful and it can manipulate easily. The ratio to prepare hardtack biscuits are 3:1 flour to water. This can be 3 cups of flour and 1 cup of water. Ingredients: 3 cups of flour, 1 cup of water, 1 teaspoon of salt. Add flour to the large mixing bowl and stir it around a bit with a fork. Add the salt to the flour and make sure that it gets well integrated into the mix. Once all of the dry ingredients are incorporated, create a hole in the center of the flour. Use the fork to push the flour up and around the edges of the bowl. Pour water into the hole and slowly begins to incorporate the flour in the water. With fork, slowly knock the sides into the hole, allowing the water to begin to thicken. This technique allows you to control how much flour you add into your mixture. Once your dough has come together, you can begin to round it out. You want smooth dough that won't stick your rolling pin, or whatever else you use to shape your hardtack biscuits. There are several ways you can manipulate your hardtack biscuits into various shapes. Utilize the rolling pin and pizza cutter. One method for forming the hardtacks is to use the rolling pin to form a large square. Assure that hardtacks are at least 1/2 inch thick. Utilize a common household nail to poke holes into the hardtack. This allows the middle of your biscuit to dry out faster and additionally thoroughly in the oven. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Lay your hardtack biscuits and give them enough space to bake evenly. Place them in the oven for 30 minutes. This 30-minute cook time is merely the first of at least 2 bakes these hard biscuits will go through. This process, although time-consuming, will assure that there is not remaining moisture in your hardtack biscuits. Once your first 30 minutes are over, pulling out the hardtacks and allow them to cool. The steam will come out of them and they will get pretty hard. They will not be hard to dry enough to store at this point. After having cooled them for more about 30 minutes, place them back in the oven. This time set your time for 1 hour. Make sure that thoroughly dries your biscuits and also begin to give them pleasing bit of color. Following the last hour of baking, turn your oven off, but do not remove from oven. Leave your hardtack biscuits in the off-turned oven. Let the heat slowly drop in the oven while your biscuits slowly dry even more. This is a great practice of wrapping any remaining moisture left inside. Remember, if you decide to add flavor like butter, that will drastically shorten the shelf life of your hardtacks. Keep it simple and they will last forever. Thanks again for watching. Subscribe for more.